Got an interesting piece here on the F1Chronicle.com. Red Bull's car apparently is too difficult for Sergio Perez, which is something that I've spoke about a lot. I spoke about it during, our mid-season grades that just went out. I spoke about it on several pieces that have been about Perez and his future, where I've just basically been saying, well, there is a school of thought that says that the car is around where Sergio Perez is performing, but Max Verstappen is just outperforming it. And it also doesn't help that Perez does not have this car designed for him, because the car is designed for Verstappen. Perez just has to adapt his driving style to it, but he can't do it because it's a big thing when you've driven a certain way your entire life to then go and do something else. It doesn't come naturally to you. It's something very much unnatural, unfamiliar. But let's have a look what it says in this article. So Dr. Helmut Marko has explained that Red Bull decided to support Sergio Perez because the team believes their car has become too challenging for him to handle, and they are confident a turnaround in his performance is close. Perez's future was heavily speculated upon as Formula 1 entered its August summer break, with many within the paddock expecting him to be replaced by either Daniel Ricciardo or Red Bull reserve driver Liam Lawson. After a meeting following the Belgian Grand Prix, Red Bull confirmed that Sergio Perez will continue as Max Verstappen's teammate after the summer break. Racing advisor Helmut Marko suggested that the team is considering adjustments to help Perez improve from the Dutch Grand Prix onwards. He said, and I quote, "We believe that we can turn it round and make it more stable for him. To be a teammate to Max is not the nicest thing in Formula 1. Even he recognises that. Just from a purely pace point of view, if nothing else, I mean, it's a very difficult yardstick to try and match. Checo has his merits. He's won races. Our discussion was not about drivers. It was also about discussions we had on what we can do to improve the situation. We have to try and make the car more easy to drive. The more difficult the car is to drive, the more the difference to Max comes out, because he's such an outstanding talent. If the rear steps out, he won't lift the throttle. He's just, it's just a bit nervous. Checo says it's difficult or it's undrivable. And that's the thing, I do kind of see what Marko is saying here, to be fair. Perez is a good driver. He's won races. He outperformed his Sauber and his Force India over the years to a degree that, we've not really seen that often in the midfield. He used to get podiums quite regularly in cars that just did not deserve to be there. Now he's unable to get podiums in a car that kind of deserves to be there. But, you can liken it to the likes of Kimi Raikkonen when he was teammate of Fernando Alonso at Ferrari in 2014. Alonso absolutely destroyed Raikkonen in that car. And why did he do that? Is he that much of a better driver? Well, I believe he is a better driver, but I don't think the pace difference is that much, really. And it was more down to the way the car was set up and the way the car was designed. It was designed for Alonso. Alonso could do everything with that car. Raikkonen, because he had a completely different driving style, couldn't do anything with it. So let's see what the rest of the article says. It says, so to be next to Max is a different story. So we still said, let's try and make the car more easy to drive, get more balance, which is something that Max wants. And the best thing is to keep going with Checo and hope that the main problem is that it was set up and down. He had some very good results, very good performances. Then the next day he was half a second off Max. So yeah, that's kind of what Sergio Perez's season's been like recently. It's not been good for him at all. He's not been performing anywhere near the level he should be, but there's definitely a school of thought to say it's the car. And that's probably why they've kept him on, like Marko's saying. He doesn't mince his words. He's a lot of things, Marko, but he's not someone who pulls any punches when it comes to his opinions on things. So yeah, I can definitely see where he's coming from on that. But I also do. Did you notice that little thinly veiled threat there? Oh, he's got, he should perform better in the second half of the season. I think if he doesn't pick up his pace, he's going to be out for next season. Who's going to come in instead? Don't know. I've stopped trying to predict Red Bull and their two teams for a while now. It's a real head scratcher. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about this in the comments below. As always, is Perez just not good enough, or is he underperforming because of the car? I think it's definitely at least partly because of that. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe, follow, comment, share, and ring the bell as well for much more F1 news, opinions, and reviews just like this.